Eugene Ionesco says, every time needs something out of time to be introduced into something that is of the time. I write in the transitional spaces between theater, opera, art, and music. I often invent things out of time. Each of my plays has its own world, form, and palette of language. Each world may seem finite at first, yet can explode in an array of meanings beyond itself. My heroes tend to be working class, female, and displaced, transitional, or obscured in some way. They harbor an operatic yearning for elsewhere and unbridled presence. I have written about the urban marketplace of Sarajevo, Dubrovnik, and Belgrade in the former Yugoslavia. In one of my plays, Wellspring, I call it writing over the shoulder after America's historical attention turned away. I've written in America's historical blind spots about Cretan and Turkish blood brothers in a tavern opera at the end of the Ottoman Empire in streaks of Greek blues. My own history sometimes shows up in one of my red, white, and blue avatars, the American daredevil Evel Knievel. I write working class plays built in high passion, imagination, and sheer language. There's often a pitch of a cry in the musicality. My characters reach toward a symmetry of sensitivity as they talk and live and love beyond their means. My work has challenged both the comforts of mainstream realism and the anti-theatricality of more ironic multimedia experimentation that's currently in vogue. Sometimes I use urban realism as a brushstroke or adapt the structure of a reality program to shift what is presumed to be real on its axis. I have slated form as architectural and possibly more political than content, and the mantle of artist as world-driven. From my work with Theater Without Borders, I have discovered multiplicity of point of view as crucial to coexistence in any multicultural space. I've always thought of this layering of time signatures and expectation as innately female. A new poetry of space can emerge from these kinetic passions, evoking a distinctly female point of view by interiority and abstraction. For many years, my practice has involved trying to look at opera from the pillars of theater. I have ransacked the tenets of Western and Eastern opera for tools of vocal cadence and emotional vibrato to build my plays. I write soliloquy as recitative and spoken arias. I try to push the limits of intelligibility of voice over scoring and augment the scale of my narrative threads. I want to press the tradition of opera into a more theatrical, non-Western, and working-class direction. When my very first play was banned by my religious college, I wrote through a rebellion of urban folk operas that seemed otherworldly against American pop culture. In a way, Wallpaper Song and my Electrofuge evoked the cascading estrangement I felt in New York City, where I spent my 20s. Centaur Battle of San Jacinto, my high-pitched carols, and Red Frogs expressed my longing to know an America from which I had been set apart. Then came an even greater yearning to know the world, to be of the world. My female protagonists sing in an electric hysteria, black box recordings of disaster, caged desire, and slit voices of vengeance. As I began touring with my ensemble, my writing became darker and more intimate in response to conflicts I witnessed internationally. The muse of the Roma Gypsy has been my most persistent influence in recent years. In Wellspring, Judges 19, Three Graces, my play 7, I've been deeply inspired by nomadic and transitional urban characters, like my Ionesco-inspired tramp in Angerfly. I wrote this spring. They must transcend the self of realism in order to survive. Lately, I've been thinking of language as cubist, as vocal art, sculpted from the crucible of our time, always in sojourn with illicit daring. Thank you.